Going through a love breakup is a nasty experience. It causes most people pain and despair, regardless of how much they know that the relationship ends for the best. Then we would have days, weeks, or probably months to recover from the grief and let go of all memories and simply accept the fact that our ex-partner is no longer part of our life and that we now should move on and start over. It does take a long time for some people to completely deal with the situation, but with the help of high sensitivity of discernment, you will be able to perceive the right person at a time. The ball is actually in your court. It depends on you. Those who are in past relationships that did not work out fine cannot be trusted at all. There are 4 choices to this, 3 moral choices and 1 immoral choice. The moral choices are to accept your ex and leave the person who loves you now. 2 is refrain from your ex and stick to your new lovers. And 3rd is date both of them to know who is serious with you, and the immoral choice is to accept them both. What to do when your ex wants to reconcile with you, when someone else loves you is so dependent on you. You have to be careful because obviously something caused the breakup that made you part ways from your ex in the past. And now he wants to reconcile because he wants to amend his ways. But you can't just accept that. You need to judge not with what you see, but with discernment, and this will make you ask yourself a lot of questions. Questions like, what if your ex just wants to get revenge back? What if your ex is serious and wants to turn a new leaf? All these questions are a major factor in the next steps you will take. It is better to be on the safer side than to assume that your ex will be better, because like many say, that a used phone can never be better than a brand new phone, even though you try to repair everything in the phone. I advise you to move on. It is okay to make mistakes and learn from them. This is a complex case because sure, reconciling with your ex will mean he is asking for the hands to be with you again when someone else loves you. It is best you just listen to what your ex has to say and affirm to him that you want to move on, but both of you can be friends. The case might be maybe he left you for someone else, so be the better and happier person and move on and let him swallow his mistake and learn from it. He lost you. Let him feel it. Let him realize that he lost the best thing, cause he misses you because you were the right one for him, but he's not the right one for you. In this case, you need the wisdom of God to take the next step. While some case appears complicated, but there is enough wisdom and lessons to show you the right way to follow. Because another thought can be, what if my ex is the right one for me, and this person that I love might be faking it? That is why doing the right thing at the right time is called knowledge working with understanding. Knowing what to do, when to do it, with whom to do it, and how to do it will help you in this case. There is a time for forgiving what your ex would have done badly to hurt you, but you can't work based on your feelings for them. You have found someone else that loves you. Move on and start afresh. Relationships are not easily repairable, and when damaged can never be reversed to their original flavor and taste. Look at why both of you broke up. The former is always better than the latter. You can afford to make the same mistake again and again. It is better you just move with your new lover. Don't let your emotions get in the way, as they will only obscure your judgment. Use your head and logic, as this is the time you need to take the correct decision rather than what you may feel like at the moment. Think back to what went wrong in the relationship and why it led to a breakup. If you could turn back time and you knew this problem by then, would the breakup still happen? You see, it all goes down to the perception beyond the obvious. Some ex is genuinely serious. They accept their mistakes and want to argue with you. But how do you know if they are real or not? You must be able to know if the cause to the breakup was fundamental issues that cannot be changed, or if you don't have feelings for the person anymore. but you are confused because they say they still love you. If your ex broke up with you, they probably gave you a reason for the breakup. Maybe they just didn't feel the same anymore. Or maybe they just didn't feel like they are in love with you. Or maybe they were just tired of arguing all the time. If you are thinking about getting back together with your ex, you should try to understand the real reason for the breakup. You must be able to figure out what the thing enjoys. Maybe in the previous relationship or current one, maybe there is anything that your former partner did to become a more capable partner since the breakup? And also, what are the reasonable chances you see that caught your attention or the changes that you think things will be different this time around? Are you both willing to do the work it takes to repair what didn't work before? How will you do that work? If someone is morally and ethically not aligned with you, that is not going to change. You can change behavior, but you can't change character. If everything else in the relationship worked, but a major discrepancy in goals drove you apart, it makes perfect sense that as those goals shift, so does your compatibility. If you're considering getting back together with an ex, you should reflect on what will be different moving forward before you jump back in. Healthy reconciliation depends on whether you and your ex have individually worked through the problems that led to your relationship dissolution in the first place. However, if two people love each other and they both are committed to making things work, to changing or working on their issues, there is a good chance that they could work things out, but each person, I believe, has to take responsibility for whatever their part was in the initial breakup. How will you know if the current person that asked you out is the right one? Are you confident this is the very best person for you? If you take away who you've met now, who loves you to go back to your ex, doesn't make sense. Think about it yourself. Forget the emotions and look at the future ahead. Sure, people can change, but that should not be your norm. You deserve the best, and you have found someone else who loves you. Move on and do not sit under condemnation whether you were the very one responsible for the breakup or not. Doesn't matter. What matters is that you have someone else who now loves you. It is a lie that is nothing like the first love. You will find true love in your new lover, and you will be fulfilled if you forget the past and move on. You'll see very quickly if this is a good idea or not.